Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
It's 3:06. Thanks so much for being with us on this kind of rainy afternoon. I want you to just picture this. It was Sunday night, one of those beautiful, hot Montreal nights. Vance Joy is on stage at the Jazz Festival singing to a crowd that goes as far as the eyes can see. It was a moment. And it seemed to me the Australian pop star was taking it all in. Vance Joy joins us now. Hello, Vance.
Hey, Natasha. Thank you for having me.
Hey, great to talk to you again. So what was that moment like? I felt like you were really taking in the adoration of the crowd.
Yeah, I was just having a flashback when you described it. Yeah, I really was. It was. We usually played we played a tour recently through all of Canada and America, and it was, sometimes there's 5,000 or 6,000 people, maybe a little bit more, and then in Australia maybe, 12,000 maybe or something like that. But there was so many people, and it really just, as you said, kept going, the crowd, and it really, we thought, okay, we better put on our best performance, and it brings out the best in everyone, I think, when we're on stage and we see that many people. So I was, trying to stay present, turn off the voice in my head and just look out. And I guess when I'm enjoying it and when the band's enjoying it, it creates this, this connection, this little loop of good vibes, and it just kind of flows back and forth. So it felt like that was happening, and it was a special one.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because you just wonder if it's just the crowd, because we're swept up in what you're doing, whether you're able to feel it too. Is it overwhelming sometimes, Vance, though, especially when you're in front of a huge crowd like that?
Recently it's been good. I think at certain points on the journey over the last 10 years of playing for people, there's been times when I've been stressed, or I've walked out and I guess been a bit daunted, or just felt the pressure of trying to entertain, say, 15,000 people or something if I'm opening for a big artist. But, now I feel confident in what we do, and, you get started, you sing a couple of songs, you kind of take the temperature of the crowd, and you get motivated from that. And I think, just naturally you get better at it as well over the last, 10 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. We've just feel more and more comfortable on stage, and just have fun, just I enjoy looking at the band and looking at, getting that connection, looking in their eyes, maybe riffing a bit, or just smiling or laughing, or just feeling that we're just hanging out. And if we feel like we're hanging out and we're all mates, then it translates for sure. So,
you obviously get to travel the world. You're talking about, doing concerts other places. Is it fair to say, and I realize maybe this is a loaded question given that we're from here, does the Montreal Jazz Fest strike you as perhaps one of the best anywhere in the world that you've played?
It's definitely the biggest crowd we've played. I don't know we played some big crowds, maybe opening. We got to open for Taylor Swift at a couple of places where there was really big venues, but we were only playing for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And so this was, it's a really cool festival, the fact that people can come and it's free and it's kind of like something special happening in the city. It's great to play and just kind of get on the same page as everyone. Everyone seems like they're in a bit of a celebratory mood. So yeah, definitely a special one. And I think even just reflecting on it the last couple of days, we've all been kind of riding a bit of a high after that show. So, that's cool. For sure, a super special one that I think we stored in the archives, one of the great shows.
I remember, I don't know how many years ago, I feel like it was 4 or 5 years ago, you played at Osheaga, and you seemed surprised that people turned out to see you, and they were so I can only imagine it kind of going other level like this now with Jazz Fest, although I think that it was a pretty huge crowd at Osheaga that time too. I told you, because we got to hang out a little bit backstage after the show, which I don't even know how that happened. I'm so grateful for it. But I'm
guessing for you, Vance, that would be one of the most memorable moments of the time you spent in Montreal was meeting Natasha backstage.
Well,
right?
we had a good hang.
I see.
It was very nice, actually.
Uh-huh.
I was just reminded what a lovely person you are. So it was good hanging out, and it's also nice to hang out with. If there's been a few people hanging around and your friends and stuff hanging outside a stage, it creates a bit of an atmosphere. Sometimes we get off stage and we just go straight, and everyone starts eating the food that we ordered before the set to come straight after the show. And sometimes it feels like it's like I don't feel like eating dinner right as I get off stage. Like, I think we just need to let it soak in a bit. Like, let's have a beer and just relax for a second. So it was good to have that vibe.
I was astonished. So I've told you, we've met a few times now, and I told you that you're so generous and you're so grounded. And honestly, Vance, it doesn't make sense anymore at this point. Like, as your career has progressed and you've gotten bigger and bigger, you've remained just this completely lovely, down-to-earth man. How do you do that, given this life that you lead?
Well, that's very kind of you to say. I think I have all the same friends that I always had, and I think, you know, when it comes down to it, like, if you're surrounded by people that don't let you get away with too much, I guess your ego stays within a certain size. And not to say that I don't have big-headed moments or whatever. Maybe everyone's like human, but I think it helps. You know, maybe my wife is like, "Did you remember to buy the carpet that you told me you were going to do, or did you get the thing that you said you'd do, and you said you'd do this?" And then, so I'm not trying to complain, but I'm saying, like, and same with my family. It's like I don't get any special treatment. You know, I feel like I'm on the same level. So I also have low expectations, I guess, in a healthy way with music. So I keep my expectations low, and I think I'm not often disappointed. So you know, if I keep them low, when I go out there and there's a good sized crowd, it's like, whoa, okay, we're winning today. Like, we're ahead of whatever expectations I'd set. So I guess all those things help.
I love that, you know, the idea, but it's hard to stay humble, if you want to use that word, when you're, you know, traveling around the world, thousands of fans coming up to see you, people like, you know, Natasha having to go backstage and spend time with you and have a beer and whatever else. But it's nice to know that you're that grounded, that you're still getting in trouble with your wife, like all of us. That's a wonderful thing.
Well, it's a new marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of that to say, clearly she plays a great role in your life. But is that difficult? I mean, you just got married and you're on the road. What's that like?
It's good. I mean, I think it's hard, like, in terms of balancing, like, touring and your home life and family and your partner. It's probably always a bit of a balance that you need to figure out, and the need to be flexible is there for sure. But you know, I definitely streamlined a little bit of touring over this period, because just to be able to be around, and just, I think, even touring in the future, like, I still want to be doing touring, and we'll find the balance. But I guess the days of doing like 6 months on the road the whole time, I definitely did that when I was like 26 to like 30, maybe even more recently, and I enjoyed that a lot. But I guess, you know, your life changes, so you just kind of adapt to it. But I'm home in 2 weeks, so it's all good. I kind of just picking my favorite shows and choosing really carefully, like a special run, like this run through Canada has been awesome, and you know, I have no regrets about being here. It's perfect.
Can I just add, I've always wondered, so you come here, you play the show, you have pretty much all day to yourself. What do you do when you're in Montreal? Like, where did you go? What do you do? Do people tell you go here, go there? Well, what happens?
Wow. Oh, it's cool. Well, it's always different. And, you know, with the band, like, some days we're just like, you know, we all just sat in our hotel rooms all day and we did nothing. Some days it's like that, and we get into the show and we're all a bit like, you know, you're exhausted from kind of doing nothing in a weird way. But we had a great experience in Montreal. I went to a driving range because I kind of recently got interested in golf, and so
driving range.
I wanted to go and hit some balls.
Wait till you hear where he went.
We got into... Pardon? Oh, you know, this is my story I was telling you already on backstage.
Yeah,
you know,
I love
I'm
it.
like a broken record.
Where did
I
you
love
go?
it.
I went to Nuns Island, and there was a golf course there. I didn't realize it was a members course, but I got there and they said, "Look, you're not a member, but you can hit some balls. You come all this way, whatever." So I went and hit some balls. I met a nice kid who worked there, who just came and we struck up a conversation while I was hitting, and he's like, "Should come and have a hit with me another day." And so I took 2 of the guys from the band, and we had a round of 9 holes yesterday on Nuns Island.
Isn't that wild?
That's great.
It was one of those great days on tour where you just like, you know, how lucky are we? We're playing this beautiful golf course. We've made a new friend. It felt like a special day. So every now and then you get it really right. And
It's nice to hear.
So it kind of balances out all those days in hotel rooms.
I think there's a mutual love affair going on, Montreal and you. Okay, so the last thing, we're out of time, Vance, but before I let you go, I think you're in Calgary, and then you're going home, like you said, and then you're in Quebec City for the Festival d'été. When we were backstage, you were getting razzed, getting teased about wearing a certain navy blue shirt over and over again. So will you be wearing it in Calgary and in Quebec City?
Wow, you know what? My suitcase, I just kind of like grabbed a bunch of stuff and I just stuffed it in there before I came. And so I'm looking in my room now. I've got 3 shirts in front of me. I've got like a green short sleeve shirt. They're kind of like summery shirts. I don't know how they're all going to fit together. I've also got to iron them. So that's kind of what's in front of me.
Life on the road.
I do want to branch out, but there is one of those shirts is a navy shirt again. So I'm pretty predictable.
Don't wear that one because Natasha will make fun of you.
No, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Van. And with you, it seems to me like nothing's broken. There's no fixing to do. Thank you so much for your time and your generosity yet again.
My pleasure. Lovely to talk.